Hey guys, it's Natalie from FitBody. I have just gonna jump on here and give you one of my favorite go-to recipes for turkey meatballs. This is a recipe that I actually used when I was doing a challenge last fall. It was my go-to. I would do it in meal prep and we would eat it for dinner, usually on Sunday or Monday night, and then I would have them in my lunches for the next week. And I usually pair them with cauliflower rice. I would just put 3 meatballs on top of cauliflower rice, and it was the perfect amount of protein, and they are oh so yummy. So I'm gonna share the recipe with you guys today. So today when I went to get all my ingredients out to share this with you, I realized I only had 1 pound of ground turkey. So I'm cutting the recipe that I'll share with you, and I'll link it in the comments below so you can just click on it and print it. But just know that today when I'm doing it, I'm halving it because I only had 1 pound of ground turkey left. It's time to go to the store. So, okay, let's get started. So first of all, you're gonna add some almond flour. Now, if you don't have almond flour, you're welcome to use breadcrumbs. I've done both. Almond flour is just a little bit healthier option, but either works. This is gonna be the bread that gives it that texture, the meatballs the texture. So you add that in. It's a cup for the full recipe. And then you're gonna do 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I just use the little container that like you sprinkle over the your spaghetti, but you can also use fresh grated Parmesan cheese as well. Either one works. And then a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. So add that all in, and then all you're gonna do is just mix those 3 ingredients in really good, just so they're all incorporated into each other. And it just looks like, I don't know, flour, really. So it looks like. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 eggs. I've got 1 because I'm halving it, and you just beat it together. And then you're gonna pour that right into that mixture. And you're gonna stir it up into that flour mixture. And then once you're done getting that kind of incorporated and it makes that flour just a little bit sticky, then what you're going to do is stir in, and it calls for 2/3 cup of freshly chopped up parsley. I didn't have any in my fridge, so sometimes what I will do is just take Italian seasoning. I did just a couple tablespoons of Italian seasoning. So I'm gonna sprinkle that in, and then a finely chopped onion. You're gonna add that to it. And then it says 8 large garlic cloves. So one of my favorite go-tos, because it stays longer and it's so much easier just to add in, is just these little marinades. These, I don't know, it's already freshly minced. It's just stir and paste. So I'll put in just a little bit of that to give it that yummy garlic flavor. So you're gonna stir all of that in really good. Get everything mixed in with that flour that you started with. And it's gonna look just like grainy, oniony. I try to dice the onions as small as I possibly can because my kids will actually really devour these meatballs as long as they don't realize there's onions in there. So I try to get them small. They're a little bit bigger today just because I was being lazy, but either way, the onions are so good in there. Okay, then what you're gonna do is once you've stirred and incorporated all of that, you're gonna add in your ground turkey. This was frozen, so I just defrosted it and then let it sit out just to soften it just a little bit more. So you're gonna put that in, my all-time favorite meat grinder. Use this when I'm grinding any kind of hamburger or ground meat. It's the best. So you're gonna incorporate all of this, and all you're doing is just stirring it all in. You're not gonna mix it a whole bunch, just enough to incorporate the turkey and make sure that all of that flour isn't sitting at the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so what I'm doing, if everybody can see, is it just looks like ground up turkey, and the onions and the flour and everything, all those seasonings are already incorporated in there. Okay, and once it's there, like I said, you don't mix it too much. Once you're done, I just get an ice cream scoop. You're gonna preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and then it says to put some parchment paper or like a Silpat works awesome too, just into your pan. And all you're gonna do is take your ice cream scoop. You can do this by hand where you just spoon it up and you can roll it together. And then you're just gonna place them, whatever size you want them, on your pan. And once you're done with all of that, then you're gonna bake it at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And they smell so good when they're cooking, and then they come out and they're delicious. I love when I am doing these to, like I said, I just get the frozen cauliflower rice in the freezer section, and I'll heat some up, and then I'll heat these up over it. And you can freeze these, or you can just refrigerate them. And I'll usually get those small containers, those little Tupperware containers at the store, and I'll just make a whole week's worth and then freeze the rest. But then I'll just reheat those meatballs, put it on top of that cauliflower rice with just a little bit of soy sauce. And you guys, these are so good. Other ways you can use this is you can do zucchini noodles, zoodles. You can put them over that with a little bit of marinara sauce. It's super yummy. I swear the meatballs are so good that you don't miss all the carbs that you would normally put. My family, when we make these, I usually will make them because they are not fans of the cauliflower rice, and I'll be honest, it took me just a little getting used to it too. But what they'll do is I'll make a regular pot of rice for them, and then I'll just do some cauliflower rice for me. Quinoa is also really good, where it's topped on that. Anyway, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna roll these up, and the balls I'm making are just whatever size meatball you like to eat your meatballs. I usually do them, it's just like a 1-inch scoop that I'm using, and I don't know, they're about an inch big, inch and a half ball. Put as many as you can on the pan. They're not going to spread. Because of the cheese, there will be a little bit of cheese that melts onto them, onto the pan when they're done cooking. But like I said, they are so good. I think you guys are going to love these. And so if you have any questions, text below, and I'll try to get on there and respond to them. Also, Heather has an awesome zucchini meatball recipe that she's going to attach the recipe on this members page as well. So happy cooking, happy Monday. Start the Monday out right. Number one, by working out. You never miss a Monday. It always feels so good to get that workout in, and meal prep. It's 2 huge keys to success. So have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon.